What's your age?
42.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Why do you think you're single at 42?
Because the man I was with for 9 years cheated on me a week before our wedding.
A week before the wedding?
Yep.
Would you say that that's 7 days? Maybe 192 hours? 1,046 minutes?
What did that feel like?
Painful.
This guy may be the stupidest interview I've ever seen. Actually, you know, let me rephrase.
Simplest.
Let me rephrase. I don't even know if that's a crazy question, because what did I feel like? It felt like my heart was ripped out and stomped out. I think people can give poetic answers.
It's fine. That's not the problem.
How'd you find out?
I saw messages on his phone.
So why were you so quick to throw 9 years away?
Okay, no, that's a stupid fucking question. That's so stupid. So let me get this straight, fellas. May I ask y'all a question? Y'all about to get married to your love? Y'all been together for 9 years. Can't wait.
Asking
ask the question. And I want you to picture that person that you love.
Picture this.
A week before your marriage, 7 days, 192 hours. I don't know if that's the real math.
I think it's 128.
Don't really matter. You go through her phone, you see these messages, and then you say, I want a divorce. And your wife looks at you and says, how could you throw away something so quickly? Wouldn't you look at him like, bitch, you didn't throw that shit away when you was sucking some other nigga's dick?
She was just throwing it away when she was throwing it out.
So she's throwing it back.
Throw it back.
Yay.
Throw it back.
That's it. How you going to look at me talking about, this is like people look at you like, how could you quit on us? It's like, did you not quit on me when you defiled our trust?
It's like a motherfucker punching you in the lip and then you punch back. It's like, how could you be so violent? The audacity.
And I'm telling you guys can get so much information about an individual with just how they ask questions. Like, why would you frame it that way? But you know why he's framing it this way?
Because
it's the red pill stuff. The red pill stuff is a woman should stay even if the man cheats all the time. And to cheat, like, y'all think about the audacity to cheat 1 week before the wedding. My family coming into town, we all working hard to make this shit go right, and you out here sleeping with the next person? Talk about throwing your relationship away. But I digress. Let's keep listening.
Because he was having sex with other women. That's unforgivable. I don't share my bed with other people, and I'm not going to allow him to.
But what if it was not in your bed, but in her bed? You're not sharing your bed.
Hey, man. God bless these people.
But do you think he loved those women the way he loves you?
No. I think it's just temporary pleasures. Something new. That's it. Yeah.
So a man could cheat on a woman that he loves?
No, that's not love. Of course not. If the thought of losing me didn't stop you, that's not love.
What's love in your eyes?
Loyalty.
They're not different. They're the same.
What do you mean?
Love and loyalty. They're the same thing.
Of course. Love is loyalty.
What kind of man are you going for now?
I'm not looking for a man. I'm just focusing on myself.
What?
That's a good answer.
Good for her. I imagine that would be painful.
Build myself after that shit. So let me just focus on me. I ain't mad at her.
10 years you put into something, and then you find that person been betraying you. I was like, yeah, it probably take some time to pick up the pieces.
Do your thing, girl.
Yeah, take your time. I don't know. I know this just comes from this whole idea that, you know, men can sleep around all the time and women just kind of tolerate it or whatever. But just hearing it in real time and hearing someone like the social retardation of someone to look at somebody who's been devastated by, you know, an affair after 9 years of marriage and be like, why did you quit? You know, I wouldn't feel bad for her if she knew what it was going in. But this shit, like, you do this behind, that's how you know the dudes are cowards. Right? Because they won't even say it up front to them. They're going to tell a lie because they want the girl to be able to stay with them. And then they're going to do it. And then they're going to say, why are you quitting? It's like, bro, you quit at the beginning.
It's not him that said that. It was the interviewer. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
It's just one of the ones like you quit at the beginning. It's so, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. But like I said, good for this lady. I think she handled it well. What are your thoughts?
I liked her last answer.
Yeah, what was that?
I'm just focused on myself.
Yeah.
No animosity. No animosity. It's just I'm just trying to be me.
Do you think that her answer was wrong? Do you think that his question was correct? Do you think it was a reasonable thing to say? Do you guys think that someone who leaves a partner who just, cheated on them 7 days before their marriage
7 days.
is quitting, what would you do?
I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, you were really open-minded. You just not worried your brain gonna fall out?
It's just for that long time. I just want to have the conversation, see where we at. It's a good reset. If that would have happened, I think we would have a conversation.
And?
I don't know. I'll see if we have.
Really? So you could see yourself, like there's a world where you can see yourself staying with the person.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Right. But I'm asking you to project yourself.
Can't really.
You can't even give it odds?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's interesting. When you and I talk, you'll say stuff like, the insult shit, nigga, I can't. Like, if you start insulting me, I can't handle it. Like, you're very strong. But it seems like infidelity, for some reason, I don't feel like I get the same emotional reaction out of you.
Just because it's been so long. Even the insults after so long. It depends on what it is. And because I know, like, I'd have a conversation definitely after that time, like that amount of time. It's like, yo, after that amount of time, like, you've never done that. You never called me that. What the fuck was that? So yeah, they would definitely be having a conversation to have, just because of the number of times that I've been with my girl. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what happened? So I'd have the conversation, but I am less lenient for someone I just met.
Sure. Obviously, we're talking 9 years in.
So 9 years in, like, if there was no instances of an insult and stuff like that. I think that every aspect that we spoke about, and we spoke about aspects, insults and stuff like that, I think that it was like early and everything. And early, I can't do that.
Okay.
I don't do the insult. I don't do the screaming.
Okay, but 9 years in, maybe.
No, I'd be like, yo, what was that? Wait, what was that? There's always some. After a while, you can conversate. You feel like you can have this thing where you're like, yo, is this a bad moment you're having? Are we missing something? Are we going through some shit? What's going on? But early in, that shit is just like
here's the door.
It's not worth it. I haven't put in enough to have a conversation about that. It's like,
got you.
Yo, bye.
Fair. I mean,
like, if I have no if you realize that, like, some fuck shit happened with your partner, you're gonna be like, yo, well, wait a minute, what was that?
I guess I understand, because I think the conversation thing makes perfect sense. In my head, I don't think there's any justification my partner can give me for why they cheated.
Sure.
A week, or like 9 years into our marriage. You know what I mean? To me, there's just nothing. There's nothing I could see where I'd be like, okay, cool. So I'd agree. I'd probably have the conversation to figure out what happened. But I already know in my heart of hearts, like, I could not ever look at you the same or anything close to what I ever did before. So, yeah.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, maybe it's just to have closure or to understand shit. There's always that part that wants to know, like, yo, where did I fuck up? Was it me? It wasn't me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when someone cheats, it's not. Oftentimes, they ain't got nothing to do with you.
Like for example, I've told you, like, putting your hands on your partner for me is a red line, right? But if I was like 10 years into a relationship and it happened one time, would I quit? No. I figure out what happened, like you, and be like, yo, I was stressed out. Like, there's things you could tell me that I'm like, okay, I can understand. We can never have that happen again, but we can figure this out together.
Well, if we talk about it and then you go back on your bullshit.
Yeah. But the cheating thing is just like, I know we've talked about this.
It's the ultimate
I know that you and I have already set these boundaries, and there's a lot. And I know also that I make an effort to make a space where you can come talk to me about anything I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
So we should be able to address whatever's getting you to that point before you ever get to that point. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for me to ever see you doing some shit like that, especially when we both working on this hard. So that's why I think, like, the whole infidelity thing is a bit tough for me personally, just because I know what kind of environment I create within that. Like, come talk to me about problems. So if you didn't, and then you did that, then you were fucking up the whole time you was not telling me nothing, and you fucked up when you did the betrayal shit. So I think that's why it's a bridge too far for me. But the hitting thing, I'd probably agree with you. Yeah. Like, if it happened, we can walk back, I think.
But motherfucker want to square up with me on top of that. Shit, you crazy. Something going on in your head. You see me naked.
That was really weird.
What?
You seen me naked. That was so
I was not talking to you.
Okay. Because you know what I kept picturing?
I don't want to know for some reason.
I'll tell you anyways. I picture boxers challenging people to fights, but they can't use their hands, just their dick. I'm like, would they win?
Shut this shit up.
Would they win? Anyways,
If Mike Tyson comes to you and you're like, I'm about to fuck you up, nigga.
And he puts his hands behind his back and it's just his dick.
Yeah.
I think he still might win.
Oh, he's gonna win.
Yeah, I think he might. Let's play another clip from this same person.
The trust. Where do the trust issues come up?
We have trust. It just took time because it was hard at first. He doesn't love sometimes my choice of outfits occasionally, so he just gets a little annoyed, and then we just talk it out, and it's fine.
What's your age?
I'm 22.
Are you single?
Yes.
If I wanted to date you, would I have to have a car?
I think so.
What do you mean I think?
I feel like it depends on the context. Like, if you live in a bigger city and you don't have a car, that's, like, reasonable, right?
If we were here in Scottsdale and I didn't have a car, would I still have a shot with you?
Probably not.
So why the higher standards?
Because if you want to go, like, you know, in the mountains or, like, anywhere else in the city, you need a car, you know?
Do you have a car yourself?
Yes.
So why is that a necessity if you already have one?
Because I can't be your taxi driver.
Do you think most men around here are gonna look at a woman like you and go, if you don't have a car, I wouldn't date you?
Maybe it's a possibility. But it's, like, also a standard that I wouldn't, like, be mad at if they had, you know? Like, if they were like, you need a car, I'd be like, true. Because you need a car.
But do you think what you want from me is the same thing I want from you?
I hope so, because you can't ask people for things that you, like, they can't ask you for, right?
So, if you ask me to pay for lip filler, I should be able to ask you to pay for, like, my cosmetic surgery.
Right, exactly.
What's your age?
That's her logic, and their logic
fair.
She's fair.
She's fair. I also say this, for a lot of people watching, we have a lot of international audience. There's a lot of cities in the States where if you don't have a car, you're dead weight.
Yeah,
You're dead in the water. Unless you're ready to pay for Ubers and you're a baller like that.
Yeah, but what about public transportation?
Terrifying new video of passengers on a subway in Brooklyn, frightened for their lives as two men fight and one of them shoots the other in the head.
If you want to risk your life.
No, but it's not even that.
As somebody who risked their life taking public transportation in LA for a few years, let me tell you, I done seen enough knife fights, weird hobos, and shit that was really close calls for me to be like, I'm good. Taking that train from Centertown to the Long Beach, the Blue Line, oh my days. I have never seen so much mental illness. I thought I was in Arkham Asylum. It is crazy how many mentally ill people are on some of these public transport things. Go to New York and you see some shit too. But LA was crazy.
And sometimes it's not because you have a big city that the public transport is good.
Or safe.
Sometimes it's just horrendous. It's not good. It's not great to go from one place to another. You spend your life in public transportation, so you have to have a car. There's some places that you really do.
Yep.
Shit, most people I know in the States, they have a car.
Yep.
But then again,
multiple cars.
But then again, I'm older, so I'm not 22 like she is or whatever. I mean, I don't know if that has something to do with it. People are around my age.
You need a car. You need a car.
Yeah.
Pretty much most of the cities I've been to, the major ones, you need a car
need a
for
car.
sure.
So
It's a super heavy struggle otherwise. So I don't think it's, and like she said, I wouldn't be mad if dudes didn't want to date me because I didn't have a car. And that's fair. Now, do I also agree with her that most men would not date her if she didn't have a car? No, I don't think that's true. I think most men would still date her if she didn't have a car.
Because that's not what we're not looking for the same things, and that's okay.
Yeah, and guys don't mind the idea of going to pick her up all the time and doing this shit.
They don't mind.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of
a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mind though. I ain't picking you up for shit. If you don't got a car, you can't make it. Well, good luck.
You're not gonna pick me up. You don't want to come in the bike. You don't want to hop in.
That's right. That's right. I'll get myself to a date. Good luck. That's what I'm gonna say.
You're not picking me up? No, but I'm there. So what you doing?
Start flashing cards. There's a bunch of bus passes. Hey. Start opening my trench coat. What you need? I got this one. I got the monthly. I got the yearly. I got the student. Oh, you look old enough. You want the elderly pass? You should say some foul shit.
God damn.
Yeah.
You go out for the elderly people.
No, I just have little cards. They're the bootleg ones. But if you get caught, you don't know me.
No.
You never see me.
We never spoke.
That's right. But listen, I appreciate that. It's just interesting watching him talk to people because you can tell he's always angling with the red pill mindset that the woman's going to be unreasonable. And she's going to have some standard that she doesn't have for herself or whatever it is.
And she was 22 and she was like, no, if that person was like, it's fine.
Yeah, and she said at the end too, he was like, oh, so if I ask you to get lip filler, you're going to need me to pay for it. So yeah, if you want me to get this thing, then you should pay for it. That's your thing. You're the one who's asking me to get it. Why should I pay for something that you asked me for? So that's fair. Me, I like. What is the word that you used?
What?
Equity.
Yeah, equity.
I agree.
Quality is different. But that's
Yes.
another video for another time.
Anyways, that's it for today's video. Let us know what you got to eat.
Suck it.